welcome to London Tombs, guys. To start you all off, we are now in the first room that everyone comes to, which is the Brownlow Room, where you're given an introduction as to what will happen as you furtherly go down into the tombs. In this room, usually what we find is that actors have trouble working in here, in that the fact that sometimes they have to wait half an hour for another show to come along, and what they end up doing is sitting in this chair. And what most actors have said is that stuff from these shelves has fallen off the shelf and landed on the actor. Sometimes even people have been working in here when they have to clean it up or redress it, and what happens is stuff flies off the shelves and hits them. Now what we get is a general feeling in here that something in here doesn't want any of us to be in here. I've had situations where someone was working in here and I was downstairs working on something else, and they would actually come downstairs and just rant and rave to me something touched me in that room, and I come upstairs and I don't feel anything in here when I come in here, to be honest, but this guy swears blind something touched him on the back while he was working. I would like to have said it was me because it would have been a good joke, but it wasn't me. Right, well, this room is a very strange room. If you do want to try out something in here, I would suggest maybe just two of you, or maybe even if you have the guts, do it on your own. Sit in that chair, in the dark, on your own. I'm sure you will feel something. So I've been in here on my own, and I've felt things, but I've never seen anything. Okay, so now we're...
Is there a noise in the background?
That's a recorded track.
No, can't hear anything. Anyone else hear that?
What?
Well, even with that noise, I guarantee you, by yourself, in this room, you will feel something. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Come through, guys. We're going to move on now. Okay, right, this room is a Roman room. In here, actors give the public a brief history of the Roman period near London Bridge. In here, I would have to say that this, as far as I know, this room, not much has happened in this room, and if something has happened in this room, I haven't heard the stories that have happened in there. But usually I hear the stories from other people and other actors, but so far I haven't heard anything that really substantial that has happened in this room. So, but you're welcome to try out anything you want to try out in here. You can try it out, maybe on these barrels, or we can get you. If you want a table, we can get you a table and put it here, and then you can try something out. But right now, we're going to move on down to the Viking Room, where something much more interesting happened, which I will go into.
Cheers. Right. If some of you want to have a seat on those benches, feel free. If you want to have a seat over there, then feel free. Oh, duck.
There's some seats at the back there. Isn't that big? Okay, well, I'm going to start by going into what this room is. It's the Viking Room. This shows the public how the Vikings invaded London Bridge and how they tried to tear it down many years ago. In this room, many things have happened. There's one character that we have given a name to that resides in this area. He's called Shadow Man. You might have heard of him, or maybe not. Shadow Man is a huge character. He's about 7 feet tall, very broad and wide. We sort of feel that he is maybe someone that used to work here, back in the sort of Dark Ages, maybe even the Middle Ages, when down here apparently it was used as a prison, also a plague pit, which later on I'll go into in depth about the plague pit, which is actually an area which is downstairs. In this area, what's happened is people have sworn that something was watching them from behind here. Now, before, this area here wasn't sealed up. It was actually open. And inside there is a tiny small room. And what people have said is that they've actually were doing a show, and someone would point out that there's someone watching him behind there. So the actor would turn around naturally and go have a look, thinking it was one of his friends that's working with him trying to play a joke on him. And he'd go there and see there's no one there. We've also heard stories where an actor's been doing a show, and there was the group just like how you are sat now, and then behind that gentleman over there, there's an actual figure staring down, towards him. And as he's talking to the group, and he thinks it's maybe his imagination, so he just ignores it and then looks over, and it's over there. So then afterwards, he looks again, and it's gone. And sometimes this has happened. And the actors in this area that work here generally don't like to stay in here. They prefer to go away and then come back when they have to do their show. Some of them have sort of left this area not wanting to sit here on their own, which I don't blame them, to be honest. Over here, what's happened is Shadow Man has been passing through this corridor, sometimes even passing from that wall over there behind you, and he would pass straight, as an actor would be walking down from here, let's say, towards here. Shadow Man's passed from that wall straight through into there. Not only here, but people have seen Shadow Man in this corridor over here, pass from this room back here, and then disappear right into this door right here. Now in this room, it's only a small generator room, so it's probably about the size of this, up to about here. And let's say someone was locking up, and it hasn't happened just once, this has happened many times. So we're definitely sure that something is in this area right here, which I will show you right now if you want to come have a look. This room is a good room to try out, maybe by yourself or with one other person. But what happens is that what the actors have told me is that this is the only room that they hate to switch the lights off at the end of the day. What an actor has to actually do is come along this way, go over here, pass underneath this here, go through those curtains over there, hit the switches, and then have to, get back through under all of this and then get back across here. And every actor that does it swears that when they get to here and they're walking in total darkness with a torch in their hand down towards here, that something is behind them, breathing behind their neck. So if you want to try out something in this room, then feel free. Now also, that's another reason why people keep seeing things over here. Because what people have seen is that something will walk across here as they're passing through and will disappear through this door. And it's happened many times, not just once. Sometimes people have seen him turn the corner and he's standing right there just looking at them, and they just turn and run. So yeah. Okay guys, we're going to move on now to the Keeper of the Heads. Do you guys want to make some more room just so people can come through? Thank you. Right, you are in the room that is called Keeper of the Heads. It's where in the Middle Ages bodies were tortured, their heads were cut off, garroted, even the testes were removed. And even a famous person you might have heard of called William Wallace was beheaded, and his head was put on a spike over London Bridge, and his body parts sent to different corners of the kingdom. We used to have a William Wallace room down here, but it was removed, which is quite interesting. In this area, people feel that there's something in here with them when they're working, especially after a show, just when they've had a load of people move out of the room, and then they're in here by themselves. Where's the music coming from? The music's coming from outside there, which I'll show you.
I can now see it's obviously Australian.
And the cathedral's next door there. There's a restaurant and a club next door there. So if you hear that music, then it's just that place next door.
How long was the cathedral there for when things like this was going on? Is there any connection with?
I think there is. I think that it's the underground, quite underground, where some of the people that are buried in this church here. I think at a certain point in history, this area and that area was connected underground. And I'm not sure at what point that the walls were put up to block this area. But I know that down below here, where you are standing right now, the plague pits are right under your feet. Further down, which I'll show you later. But at one point, this church and this area were connected.
So they would get a ceremony, they would get like a religious...
What, the plague pit victims?
Yeah,
or just
or anybody who was garroted, were they sort of
they might
like
have been
evil to them, so they wouldn't have had a connection with the church or what?
Right. Usually they were just criminals, people
Yeah.
that undesirables, people like this. But I don't have a say in that. I'm not sure. Okay. But I know that these areas were connected at one point.
Yeah.
But the plague victims, there was no ritual given. It was just they're just buried.
They didn't know who they were.
Yeah, exactly. They just chucked them all in. All the bodies were chucked in together. I mean, down there they found not only human bones but animal bones. So horses, dogs, cats. So they just chucked everything in. Right. Okay. So yeah, you can try out something in this room. Because of the noise that you heard from the outside street there, you might not get any luck, but maybe you will. But now what we're going to do is move on. Oh, headbutt. We're going to move over to the chapel.